don't know about you, but lately I've been feeling pretty overwhelmed and honestly a little bit down, just a little bit off. And I've been putting off things that needed to be done around the house. Either I just didn't want to, or I felt completely unmotivated, or I just didn't have energy, or I didn't have time. So, my hope today is that I can be able to motivate you, maybe to push yourself just a little bit to fight through. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I'm just hoping that this can give you a little bit of motivation. I know that I feel way better after getting this done, and I hope that you'd feel the same way if you can just get up and just do something. So today I was hoping to spend maybe just about an hour just to kind of go around my house, pick some of the things that were really bothering me, and just get them done. These are things I have been just putting off, and I just have to do it. I just wanted to get started. I just needed to pick something and do it. And I decided to start with my closet because that was one of the things that was driving me crazy. And if you have seen any of my videos before, you know that I struggle with keeping my closet cleaned up, organized, and uncluttered. It's a dumping ground for me. I cannot keep up on it. Whenever there's something I don't know what to do with, that's where it goes. I also have a spot by my dresser where I drop a bunch of stuff too. And I'll talk about this in a minute, but a lot of it is stuff that I buy and I just need to decide if I want to keep it or not. It's a problem. So one of the things that was bothering me the most in this closet was that I have this big box and it has a lot of organizing containers in it. I bought a bunch of these when I went to go help my friend organize her bathrooms. I took advantage of a Target sale and went and bought some of these containers that I absolutely love. I was sitting here trying to decide, should I return these? Should I keep them? They were on sale. I don't really need them at the moment, but I imagine that I'm going to need them in the future. And, really, I wanted to keep them because in the near future, help other people to be able to organize and declutter. And I thought that those would go well with that. So anyway, I just needed to take them all out and go through them and decide if there was any that I wanted to return. And if not, I just needed to put them away where I keep some extra containers. And then I decided to also put away winter clothes. Now it's July. I'm really late to putting winter clothing away, but it's how it goes. But it was in my closet was just getting way too full of clothes. And so I knew that I needed to just have the clothes there that I use every day. So that felt really good to be able to get those and put those in a bin and just stick them up in my closet. But I also decluttered just a few t-shirts, and I also needed to make a return bin, which I've had in the past. But anyway, I just was saying that I'm struggling with shopping. It makes me feel good. I enjoy it. I like the way that my brain just kind of, I don't have to think about other things and worry about other things when I'm shopping. I just like it. I don't know. But then I bring it home and I feel guilty. Oh man, I shouldn't have bought that. And I often then have to spend a ton of time returning everything. So anyway, I just wanted to just show this is me. I'm not perfect. This is realistic. This is life. And this is what it looks like for me. I often forget to say in my videos that I don't always practice what I preach. I know most of the things that I talk about, I know that they work. But a lot of these things I fall out of habits, especially in the summer. And I just have to remind myself that it's okay. This is just the season of life that I'm in. It's tough. Why can't I be happy and okay with where I am? I don't know. Do you feel that way sometimes? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. Who knows? Anyway, but I talked about at the beginning how I feel guilt, and I just constantly feel like I'm feeling a lot of guilt. I feel guilt for sleeping in. I feel guilt for staying up late. I feel like my kids are having way too much screen time, that I'm not spending enough time with them. I feel guilty for wanting time to myself. I feel guilty for spending time to myself at the end of the day after being around my kids all day. My intention here is not to be a downer. I just want to be real. And I hope that if you're feeling this way, that you're not alone. I really wanted this to be some good motivation to just get up and get going and get some things done. So I do want to be positive, but I'm struggling. Now I actually had to re-record this voiceover because when I was recording it, I was sitting in my car with the windows down and it was windy. So the sound isn't very good, but there was some things that I shared that were pretty emotional, and I really, really just wanted to be open and share these thoughts with you. So hopefully you can be okay with just the sound for a little while and deal with the wind. So here we go. If you're feeling kind of the same way as I am in some ways, maybe it will help you to feel like you're not alone. I really want to try and be positive here. This is just, I'm just struggling a little bit right now. I'm struggling to feel good, and but that's okay. I know that it's temporary. I know that it will go away. There was a time where I felt like that was not the case, and I felt like it was always going to just be this miserable life. And I don't know, I'm getting kind of emotional here just thinking about it, but because I've been there. I've been in the spot when life just felt like it was never gonna be looking up. Just felt like it was impossible. Yeah, it was never a good thing. And I'm extremely, extremely grateful to be out of that. But, a little bit of times it just kind of sneaks back in. Just a little bit. And that's just one of those times at the moment. I know it's temporary. I've just got to keep reminding myself it's temporary and it will go away. But I do have to take care of myself in order to make that happen. I'm sitting here at the golf course waiting for my son to finish up with his golf lessons. And it's not quite 100 degrees yet. It's the morning and it's well, I guess it's 92 degrees right now. But I'm sitting in the shade, luckily. And I have my windows down and there's this beautiful breeze. And I can hear the birds chirping and the sun is shining. And I'm sitting here staring at the mountains. And I don't know, I'm just feeling blessed. Feeling blessed that I am here today. Because there was a time where I felt like maybe I wouldn't be. And yeah, I just need to remember and just see the good. And it's hard. It can be hard, right? But we can do it. These are just deep thoughts, I guess. And I don't know, maybe this isn't the right thing to be saying in this video. I don't know. I just wanted to be real today and just share my thoughts. This video is going to be just a little bit different than what I normally do. I just really wanted to I don't know. I just wanted to be real here. This is the purpose of what my channel was. I wanted to show my real life, my real feelings, that life is messy, that life is imperfect, that what you see isn't always what it seems, I guess. Because for me, I've noticed that in the past, and I've actually gotten rid of most social media, but because it would just bring me down terribly. And I would see these pictures or videos of just what I saw as perfection. And I just felt terrible that was not what I had. And that's what I wanted so bad. But it's not real. It's really not real. So that was my purpose. And I just want to share that and hope that that you can see that this is real for me. And this is my life. And it's good. I have a good life. I need to remember that and I need to be grateful for it. But there's times where I just am not feeling great. But I still feel like I have a good life. Yeah. So I'm just here sharing this realness with you. And I hope that, I hope that you just can feel that I'm being genuine here, because I really, really, truly am. So it's summer. And during the summer, I really, really struggle. It's really hard for me. Again, I just want to be really honest and transparent here. I love my kids, but man, I struggle having them home 24/7. I feel a lot of guilt for feeling that way. I guess it just is that way. Yeah. Anyway, but in the summer, I'm out of my routine. I feel like things just kind of are out of control. My brain seems to be all over the place. It's really frustrating. So for example, I'm in the shower and I have a thought that I need to do something, I need to remind myself to do something. So I'm like, okay, as soon as I get out of the shower, I'm going to put this on my phone as a reminder. And then of course I get out of the shower and I've forgotten completely forgotten what it is. Or I go to open my phone to put in a reminder, or I go on my phone to send an email or to make an order of some sort. And of course I open it and it's gone. Just like that, it's gone. And yeah, there's times where it's like that, I guess, during the year, the whole year too, but summer just seems to be a lot worse. Now, I feel like I'm really not that great at communicating my thoughts. And as I was preparing for this video, I was just watching a few other YouTube videos, and I was watching Mac from Midwest Magic Cleaning. And I know that a lot of you have come from his recommendation. And I'm so thankful and appreciative of having you here. So thank you so much for being here. But I really liked a video that he did recently where he was talking about depression. And I'm just going to talk about a few of the things that he mentioned. This was a really good way for me to describe the feelings that I have when I'm feeling depressed. What he talked a lot about was that he needs to force himself to be able to do the things that he doesn't want to do. And that there's this big difference, between suffering from depression versus actively fighting depression. Now, I know that our brains will tell us, well, I'm depressed and I can't do it. I just can't do it. I totally know how that feels. I have been there. Believe me, I've been there. I know how it feels. And so it's super easy to give into the depression, right? But when you give in, you are becoming the victim of depression. So I know it's hard, but we need to actively fight and not succumb to doing the opposite of what our brain is telling you that it wants to do, if that makes sense. So we need to fight it and do the opposite of what our brain is telling us that it should do. Our brain is saying, oh, just lay in bed, just sit here and veg on the couch and eat chips. But when you are just succumbing to all those things that your brain wants you to do, it's really easy to ruminate if you give in to that. And he called it marinating. I guess he just said marinate. I really like that. When you give in to those things, your mind just it just keeps going in that same spot, and you're marinating in that same position. And it's really hard to function. You can't function. So really, we need to just push ourselves into it because, we know that we're going to be glad that we did it. And usually when you do it, you want to keep going. So this is just one step at a time. And I know this isn't going to work for every single person. That's also something he mentioned. But fighting depression, he says, starts with recognizing depression and the way that it manifests in you personally. So pushing back really helps break the cycle. But, it might just be small wins. For me, sometimes it's a big project and sometimes it's small wins. Sometimes I will get up and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to spend 5 minutes. And if I want to be done, I'll be done. But then most of the time, I really want to just keep going. But for you, it might not be that way. You might just need small wins, even if it's just getting up and loading the dishwasher. We're all going to be different. And another thing that I saw in the comments in his video, oh my gosh, I love this. So let me just quote what she said here. She says, when she was in a depression, she went from, I don't want to live to, I don't want to live like this. I loved that. What a mind shift. So if you need a little more of a push, you can also click on the video here and you can come declutter with me for just 30 minutes. If that feels too overwhelming, just start with 5 minutes. You have really brightened my day when I needed it, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so, so much for being here today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.